Yeah, absolutely. A really exciting summer coming up, and we're looking forward to getting back and playing on some of our favourite grounds in Australia. So hopefully the crowds are bigger and better than they were last year, especially leading into the T20 World Cup. So I know all the teams really excited to get going, and we're enjoying our time up here so far.
You mentioned grounds you enjoy playing at. Allan Waterfield's a perfect example of that. You've had some good success here in the last couple of seasons, and certainly it's a ground that seems to suit the way that the Australian team like to play.
It does, yeah, and we get a really good crowd as well, and we feel like it's the perfect ground for us, I guess. We got the Junction Oval as well, and a few games in Canberra too. So all grounds we're very familiar with and enjoy playing at. So I'm sure this season's going to be no different.
It's one of the great things is about the way that the Australian women's team's evolved now is that you really do occupy a pretty special moment in the season, and the venues like this and the Junction Oval, Canberra, all those in Sydney ones where you play there, people really come to see you guys. They're very keen to see what you can do.
Yeah, I guess that's a positive of consistently playing at the same venues, and again we start just after the grand final this year, which is really exciting up against Sri Lanka. So we feel like we've built a good rapport, I guess, with the crowds in the different states, and hopefully they can come out and support us again this season.
We've probably jumped ahead, but there's a fairly decent sized thing to come before before you get to the summer. Preparations for the Ashes solid, they're underway. You guys are feeling pretty good.
Yeah, they've been really good so far. We spent a couple of weeks in our states first up, and then some time up here at the NCC, which is always good to come back together as a group and train outdoors and get out on the centre wicket and things like that. So the squad's been looking really good. We're really excited about the new season coming up, and obviously the Ashes first up is a really good test for us, but we're in a really good space at the moment and building towards what hopefully is a big series.
Yeah, and the Ashes is something that's just great. It's probably unique in a sense. It's a wonderful series where it gets played across the disciplines and the formats. The points all count towards each other: Test, ODI, and T20s. And you've got a really well balanced squad, haven't you?
We do, yeah. We really pride ourselves on, I guess, having really good variety and points of difference, which I think we've been able to develop over the last couple of years and bring new players in, and they've settled into the team really nicely. So, I think the Ashes format is great. The three formats sort of encapsulates what it's all about in women's cricket, and the Test match is certainly special to be a part of. So, as I said, we feel like we're building as a group. We've got a really good variety together, and hopefully we can put that on show.
Are you going to take particular interest in sort of these games with the men at the moment? They've got World Cup preparations and the like. Are you going to take a close look on how they're going, just to get an idea for how the conditions are playing over there in England, or is it more a case that you'll treat your games as they are, as individual, as separate?
I guess we'll have a look at what the conditions are doing and generally what the wickets are doing. Usually they're pretty good over there, and the outfits are lightning fast. So we have played over in England quite a number of times, and most of the squad have played over there as well. So we feel like we adjust pretty quickly when we do get over there. So hopefully it's no different this time around.
Talking about the one-day game, England made some really interesting calls in the last week about maybe a 500 score is possible and stuff. Have you guys thought about in your moments when you're thinking about the game, where do you think how far the women's game can push? How far do you reckon you guys can go in terms of scoring?
Yeah, look, it's something we've spoken about as a team, is trying to push the boat out there and see what's possible, I guess. And I think as a team we've developed a really good style of play to be able to try and do that. England are a great side and are very talented as well, so they're definitely able to take it to the next level. So it'll be a really exciting series. I think both teams have got some world-class players and really good depth. So hopefully they're very high-scoring games and really entertaining. The crowds always get behind us over there in England. So hopefully we can play well, and it's some really exciting cricket.
Just moving on to the summer ahead too. Obviously, ticketed matches for all the women's games these days. I think that's something that's really, it seems to have really resonated with the public. They are really happy to come along and support the girls, pay their money, and enjoy a really good event. Because that's probably something you would observe, probably not as much as a player, but certainly when you had a chance to watch a bit, you would have seen that.
Yeah, I think that's been a really big change, I guess, in the last couple of years. Is the fans have really embraced the team, and get really good access to the players, post game, which I think we really pride ourselves on, is engaging with the fans. So that's a really big point of difference that we think that we can make. And the crowds have got behind us, which is great. There's been, I guess, a value put on coming to watch us play cricket, which I think makes a really big difference. And the public's got behind us. So we're really excited to play out here again this summer. It's going to be really exciting leading into that T20 World Cup.